Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, August 25th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com over the past week. First up, there seemed to be somewhat of a largish, not crazy big, but a somewhat large Google algorithm search update. There's lots of chatter in the forums, there's lots of signals by the various tools that were tracking this. But more importantly, there's lots of webmaster chatter saying, yeah, my site saw an increase, decrease. There's more traffic, less traffic from Google to my website. So if you do take a look at your analytics, definitely take a look to see if there's any specific type of update that has happened that impacted your site, hopefully in a positive fashion, but also maybe in a negative fashion. So take a look at that. It didn't seem like it was a crazy widespread update, but it does seem like there was a lot of different sites that were impacted by this. Google, of course, has not confirmed it. It seems to be one of those normal Google quality updates. Google's John Mueller gave us an update on the Google Mobile First Index. He said this past week that he doesn't have any big updates to share at the moment, but he said in general things are looking pretty good. And he's not as crazed as he was before, I guess, in terms of how he was nervous about how Google's going to switch over from the desktop first index to the mobile first index. He seems like things are going fairly well, and he's pretty happy with how things are going. And he didn't give a date in terms of when it will launch, but he did seem very optimistic about how the migration will work from the desktop index to the mobile index first. It looks like Google's going to be bringing us more of that historical data to the Google Search Console. Probably, I suspect, when Google releases this beta version of the Google Search Console. I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but Google's been talking about giving us more data, meaning instead of 90 days of historical data in Google Search Console, giving us hopefully a year of data in the Google Search Console or more. We'll see. Google has not confirmed the exact amount of historical data they're going to give us. They did confirm that they're going to give us more historical data. They've been talking about this since 2013, but it looks like it's going to happen. Gary from Google said this at a search conference in Tokyo, and it was covered on Twitter. He didn't really confirm it himself on Twitter, although it seems like he did. And John Mueller also hinted about it a few weeks ago, saying there's more data coming to the Google Search Console. Again, there's no dates on when this will be released, how much data will be, but it seems like there will be more data coming to the Google Search Console. Google maybe is looking to actually speed up the data pipeline between the Google Search Console and obviously search. Specifically, right now we're kind of at like a week delay. It's usually at a 2-day delay between let's say today is the 25th. Usually we'll have data in the Google Search Console from the 23rd past. We won't have the 24th or 25th because it's usually a 2-day delay in terms of Google Search Console data. And John Mueller said they're looking to increase it a little bit, maybe make it 1 day. It's hard to get exactly real time or even close to real time, but it is possible for Google to get about 1 day delay. Right now, Google's actually backed up a whole week. It looks like they need to fix that, and they will, hopefully. At least Google said they will fix that. There was a data logging issue specifically with the Google Search Console reports. In the data anomalies page, that says users may see a very slight decrease in numbers due to internal logging issues, and you'll see this little note icon in the Google Search Analytics report in the Google Search Console. So if you do see that, it's related to that specific issue. And John Mueller said he doesn't think it's related to the data delay. It's just completely separate, he said. John Mueller also posted a poll on Twitter asking people how often they check the Google Search Console. So let's go ahead and look at those results. So as you can see here on the screen, currently, again, John Mueller is followed by lots of SEOs, lots of people who use Google Search Console, and a lot of those people use it often. So you can see here, of John Mueller's followers that are actually responding, 50% of those people actually look at Google Search Console and Webmaster Tools daily, 34% of them look at it weekly, 9% of them look at monthly, and of course the joke about the eclipse. But in general, I suspect this number to be way lower across all webmasters. Obviously, John Mueller has a following of people who are interested in Google Search Console, so that's why probably the numbers are actually somewhat skewed. Google may start showing, or they actually start showing, video previews in the search carousel. So if you do a search and in this carousel up comes a video, Google is going to actually, as you view that carousel, you don't have to click on play, but if you just swipe through it and that carousel thumbnail actually is presented in the front, it would actually show a 6-second video clip of that. Now, Google has been caught testing auto-playing videos about a month or so ago, and now they're doing this, so maybe that was their foray into this avenue. So we'll see. Google is testing a new first-click free program, or they're actually going to be launching one in a month or so, according to a Bloomberg report. And this is around providing new subscription tools for news publishers to better monetize their news websites. Obviously, there's a big fight, has been for years and years and years, between publishers, news publishers, and Google News, and trying to get more visibility and more revenue to the publishers as opposed to Google and so forth. And Google is going to revamp the first-click free program, according to this article. They're exploring publisher tools around online payments and targeting potential subscribers. And this is all part of Google's broader effort to keep consumers and content makers returning to the web, the lifeblood of its ads business. And it talks about how they're going to actually revamp their first click free program, maybe reduce it from 3 clicks to less, depending on the publisher's settings. And we'll see what's going to happen. Google's hopefully going to announce this in the next month or so. We're very interested, because Google's first click free program really has not changed in a really long time. It's been one of those things that are out for I think about 10 years, maybe more. Google Local feature, where it has question and answer, which we discussed in the past few weeks, is now not just live on Android devices, but live across all mobile browsers. So if you do a search for my company, Rusty Brick, or White House, or any local business, and you get this little local panel, there will be this question and answer where you can actually go ahead and ask a question and answer it. Even if you want to, and you own a business, you can ask your own questions and answer your own questions right here as well. If you are an Android and you're logged in and you're the business owner, Google will actually prompt you that a question was asked about your question about your business, and you can actually answer it. Google Local is testing extracting specific reviews to show in the local stuff. Usually, this will only show the reviews and stop here, but now it's actually testing showing excerpts of specific reviews. So that's another test that Google's having. Google Local is also testing showing a recently opened label. So here's what it looks like. Obviously, that's useful to the searcher, so the searcher knows if the place is new or not. Google My Business Insights, specifically for the photos reports. The insights is basically Google My Business, Google Local Business Analytics. But for some reason, the photos specific reports are kind of broken, and they stop at August 16th. And we're not exactly sure why. Report it to Google. We'll see if they get a response. But that's definitely across the board. So if it's not just you, don't worry about it. Gary from Google said he doesn't like to provide private support. He only likes to do support that helps general masses, which makes sense. Of course, Google has said this over time and time again, that they don't like to provide one-on-one support because it's not scalable. Of course, they do the webmaster videos, manual actions, and so forth. But John Mueller said, yeah, why not? Go ahead and DM me. I'll go ahead and direct message me, and I'll go ahead and help you with your website. Of course, not everybody could direct message John on Twitter or send messages to John on Google+. He's not able to respond to everything. There's lots of webmasters out there, and it doesn't really scale. Google said that if you block images from Google from indexing your images, it doesn't really impact your core web search rankings. In the image index and the image rankings is completely separate from web search. So if you do want to go ahead and block Google from indexing your images and ranking your images, you could definitely do that and not have to worry about it impacting your web search results. Of course, don't block your whole website, just block your images. And John said, yeah, even some big image sites do block all their images from Google. It doesn't impact your web search results. John Mueller, I believe, also said that when canonicals conflict, they will pick one and they won't drop both. So if you have a page that says canonicals goes there, and a canonical goes to the different page, and they're conflicting canonicals, Google is not going to go ahead and drop both. They're just going to pick one that makes the most sense based on their other signals. So you don't have to worry about that per se, but you definitely do want to control what Google thinks is the canonical URL. Google AdWords has added a searches card to help you spot search trends. So if you go to the Google AdWords interface, the new one of the cards there is a searches card, and shows you all the searches related to your campaigns, and that will actually let you figure out which words to exclude or include and so forth, what you're missing and so forth. Two more things to go. Actually, one more thing to go. Google AdWords has launched in the new page a new landing page report that shows you mobile-friendly click-through rate. So basically, here's that report. You can see it over here. It shows you the URLs, the mobile-friendly click rate, and then the clicks. So this is actually aimed at giving you a report that shows you landing page URLs, the mobile-friendly click-through rate, the performance metrics such as clicks, cost, conversion rate, etc. That gives you a snapshot of which pages you have to actually improve to be mobile-friendly, so to make sure your mobile users, which are over 50% hopefully, or generally, are going to go ahead and improve those AdWords campaigns. In any event, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. Again, my name is Barry Schwartz. This is the search news we covered over at the Search Engine Roundtable at SERoundtable.com over the past week. Again, today is Friday, August 25th. Everyone have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next. Bye.